As most of y'all have heard by now, R. Kelly's New York appeal was denied by the appellate court. He has an option now to appeal to the Supreme Court. But remember that the Supreme Court refused to hear his appeal on his Chicago case, so they could refuse to hear his appeal on this New York case. I'm sad. I'm sad for him because we all paid attention to this trial and we all saw how unfair it was. And for him to still be stuck in there 6 years later over some BS when we have heard audio of him telling Azriel on a jail call from prison, please tell people that this is not true. Tell people that I'm not holding you against your will. Tell people I didn't beat you. Tell people I didn't do none of this crazy stuff to you. And Joycelyn, and she refused to help him. It's sad. The man is innocent. Yes, he had sex with the women. Yes, he had a wild sex life. But that's not worth 30 years, y'all. That's not worth 30 years. And for the judges to write in their opinion that it doesn't matter if Faith didn't have herpes. Because Faith does not have herpes, y'all. Do y'all realize that Faith does not have herpes? Faith does not have herpes. They're saying he exposed her. And he coerced her when he told her, I love you. That was the coercion. Because Faith is grown. Faith was grown when she met R. Kelly and she flew out. So they had to come up with some BS saying, well, he told her he loved her. So when he told her he loved her, that was coercion. And he brought her to New York and with the intention of giving her herpes. But she didn't get herpes. I think the only way R. Kelly's going to get out of jail is two things. Is if Diddy beats his racketeering case. If Diddy gets out on these racketeering charges, that's going to help R. Kelly. Because R. Kelly is in a one-man RICO. And so is Diddy. If Diddy somehow wiggles his way out of this racketeering shit, then R. Kelly has a chance to get out. But right now, R. Kelly is being used as case law to keep Diddy behind bars. So they were not going to let him out. Even though we know it's bogus. Even though we know it's not racketeering. It's not a RICO case. It's not. One man is not an enterprise. We know this. And they're saying they don't have to prove that anybody else committed a crime. So if nobody else committed a crime, how is it a criminal enterprise? They changing the laws for black men, y'all. We have never seen a white man get a one-man RICO charge. So that's the first way R. Kelly could get out of jail, is if Diddy beats his case. The second way he could get that shit overturned is if that law in New York is overturned. That law in New York has been on the books since 1950 or something, that law. If we can get that law overturned, then they don't have a reason to get him to New York with the herpes allegation. Then they got to toss out Faith. Then they got to toss out Azriel. They got to toss out anything to do with the Mann Act because they're saying he specifically flew them across state lines to give them herpes, which we know is not true because the girls don't have herpes. They don't. It's unbelievable, man. The judges did say that Azriel money, she could have gotten a cheaper version instead of using Valtrex for the herpes. So he might have to go back to court to deal with the restitution. But he's not going to get that money back from Azriel, so he might deny going back to court for that. Because, Donnelly might give him a higher amount. And he's already paid Azriel, what? It was $535,000. I'm sick of these people, man. I am sick of these people. R. Kelly didn't deserve that shit. But if Diddy had helped R. Kelly Even if he helped him behind the scenes and said, you know what, I'm going to get you the best legal team, King. But my name ain't going to be a part of it. I'm going to just pay for your legal team. That might have helped him at trial. Because when I'm reading the reasons why they denied the appeal, they say some of the stuff that Bonjean brought up, his lawyers didn't bring up at trial. So they can't bring it up at the higher courts. His lawyers at trial did a piss poor job. And because they didn't bring up certain things about the jury, certain things about this, certain things about that to Judge Ann Donnelly and have it recorded in the books that they brought that stuff up. Yeah, they can't bring it up in the appellate court. So Jennifer's hands are tied. I wish Jennifer would have came on board before the trial started for New York. And I think that even if he got some of the counts, he might not have gotten that racketeering count for Aaliyah. The racketeering counts, RICO is what fucked him up. Even if he just got some of the Manhattan counts, it wouldn't have been as bad as it was. I'm sad. But, you know, R. Kelly is a survivor. He's a fighter. He has been in jail from what I told. He lost the weight he gained at trial. So remember at trial people were saying R. Kelly looked bigger. He did look bigger at trial. And I think that's because he was stressed. You know, when you go in on trial for your life, you're not going to be taking care of yourself. But once the trials were over and he got the sentence, I think it lifted a weight off his shoulders because he didn't have to go to court anymore. And he's been working out. And he has lost weight. And from what I'm told, he's been going to classes in jail. And this is from a reliable source that talked to R. Kelly all the time. He's been taking classes. He's been doing a lot of stuff behind bars. He also, don't believe the hype about, I remember it was this white man that came out and said R. Kelly was being raped and all that, and he had a Mexican boyfriend and was forced to date him. No, R. Kelly got people that he pay to walk around with him. R. Kelly got people that walk around with him. So he's protected in jail, y'all. Ain't nobody raping R. Kelly. They say he got buff, y'all. So he might come out looking like R. Kelly from 2013, 14, 15. He R. Kelly, he gonna get it right. Don't believe what you hear. R. Kelly's not being raped in there. First of all, they can't touch him because he's high profile. And the jail they have him in Butner, if anybody touch him, they're gonna get sent to a bad jail. So they're not gonna even do that type of foolishness. And Puff is not gonna be raped either. People wishing rape on Puff. He's not gonna get raped. Puff got people walking around in there with him too. And he's isolated because he Puff. So these people think jail is the same thing for celebrities. When you high profile, they got to make sure nothing happened to you. Somebody like R. Kelly and Puff are not going to get raped in jail. It's not going to happen. And nobody should be wishing rape on anybody. That's disgusting. I wish R. Kelly never met these people, y'all. And then Drea doing that documentary with her children talking about R. Kelly touched the daughter. That did not help matters. That did not help matters. Because when the judges hear stuff like that, they're human beings. They're going to want to keep him behind bars. We know he didn't touch his daughter because she up there singing his music. If your daddy touched on you, why are you singing that man music on the internet? Are you retarded, ho? Man, I hope R. Kelly don't leave nothing to them motherfuckers. Drea is only doing all of this because she think R. Kelly hiding money from her, which he has a right to. Bitch, you went on surviving R. Kelly. R. Kelly needs to play broke for the rest of his life. Yeah, I ain't got it. I'm broke. I don't got a motherfucking thing. I got $5. They don't deserve it. Lizette, none of them people deserving money from R. Kelly. Y'all already put the man in jail. What more y'all want? You got him in there for 30 years. What more y'all want? Move the fuck on. You know, Lizette and them suing, saying that that lawsuit that they brought about the bomb threat that what's his name? Who called it a bomb? What's his name? Name on the tip of my tongue. The ex-manager that called in the alleged bomb threat. He said he didn't call it no bomb threat, but they sued and they won $10 million. They're saying they've only collected $200,000 from Sony so far. So they got to split that $10 million 6 ways between Faith, her mama, Lizette, and Lisa Van Allen. I don't understand how Lisa Van Allen is allowed to sue after all the lies she told. Lisa Van Allen went around here acting like she was a minor. She was a fully grown woman when she met R. Kelly. I'm sick of this shit. I am sick of this shit, man. Leave the fucking man alone. How much can you kick a person, man? This is pure. This is demonic. Let that man do his time. Y'all get the fuck on. You say you wanted him in jail. You said he was a sexual predator. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, you got what you wanted. He's behind bars. Leave the man alone. What more y'all want? You took his freedom. You embarrassed him all across the nation. He can't be on tour performing what he loves to do. You took everything away from him. Drea Kelly, his nasty fucking kids. And I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. I don't care nothing about his kids, man, after the fuck shit that they did. You don't do that. Your daddy already in jail. Why is this all being done when the man is already in jail? And I reached out to the producer of that documentary and I said, look, here's a video of R. Kelly hanging out with his kids after 2009. He was always around the kids till 2018 when him and Drea fell out. Because Drea wanted to do a reality show about, she wanted to do a Get on Housewives or something. And she wanted R. Kelly to act like they were back together. And this is coming from a reliable source. He said, nah, I don't feel that shit. She got mad, and that's what led to the breakup of the friendship between them. Drea was always around. Drea was at his birthday parties. You found out in 2009 that your daughter got molested. You went to the court, yet you say she allegedly was molested. You went to the courts in 2009 during your divorce. The shit was investigated. The police say they found no evidence. They investigated it again. The feds investigated the allegation again in 2019. They found no evidence. Why was it allowed to be made into a documentary that he molested the daughter? Y'all know if the feds thought that he touched his child, they would have brought her on the stand. Tell us where your daddy touched you, buku. Tell us where your daddy touched you. You think they wouldn't have brought R. Kelly on the stand for that shit? I mean, the daughter, as much as they wanted to get R. Kelly, as much, they would have brought that girl in there. So that's how we know it ain't true. Drea is a demonic entity. She was around R. Kelly till 2018. And this woman is talking about, oh, he beat me, oh, he raped me, I was maritally raped, and all of this foolishness. And she got her nasty daddy on there talking all this foolishness. It's sickening, man. It's sickening. At what point do people leave R. Kelly alone, man? An innocent man going through all this BS. I'm starting to believe Diddy innocent too. The only thing he guilty of is beating up Cassie. But all the rest of that BS, I don't believe it. You know, the lawsuit got dropped. The lawsuit between that Jay-Z and Diddy was sued for raping the 13-year-old, and she said she was at the VMAs, and she went to a VMA after party, and it was Diddy and then Jay-Z took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched. Then she ran out naked in the street, and she put her clothes on outside, and she walked to the gas station, and then she called her daddy, and then her daddy came and picked her up at 13. Well, the lawyers prove all that was false, because Diddy didn't host the after party that year. They went to the club, and they were miles away from, and it's no house where the girl said she got raped. It was never a home there. And her daddy said that never happened, so they tossed out the case. They tossed out the case, and that Tony Busby dude is steady filing a whole bunch of lawsuits. He's the only lawyer in America that's getting lawsuits against Puff. I think all of Tony Busby's lawsuits should be tossed out. I don't see no proof as anybody coming forward saying this man did all this shit. I refuse to believe that Puff was out here just raping every day. He got all this money and he got to go rape as a billionaire? Nah, he didn't do all this shit. So we better hope that he get out of that racketeering, y'all. We need to keep up with Diddy's racketeering case because it's similar to R. Kelly's case. And they're using R. Kelly as case law. So whatever his lawyers argue in court, we need to be sending that to Jennifer so that when she put up another argument for these appeals or new trials, she can have the exact same argument for the racketeering charge, because it's not racketeering conspiracy. It's not. Nobody else has been charged. I'm sick, y'all. Look at these people. I wish R. Kelly never met Drea. If he never met Drea, his life would have been so much better. Man, that's an evil woman right there. Lying and getting her daughter to say that she was molested. And we know it ain't true. To get a little check. These people be fucking with this man's name, man. And it's black people doing it to other black people. Vicious, disgusting. What a disgusting thing to lie about, man. Faith was not a victim. Faith was grown. Azriel's, and the judges said that it didn't matter that Azriel's parents lied about her age. She still was underage. And he flew across state lines. Man, the parents really got away with everything, y'all. Fuck. All of them little hoes lied about their age. And nobody else got in trouble. Azriel is a fucked up individual. I see that she was there trying to sing. She had some kind of music that man, nobody paid attention to that shit. People moved on. They still pimping her too, that nigga that she got. They say she being pimped. Azriel be selling pussy, y'all. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. Allegedly. Allegedly. Ain't nobody buy no music from that hoe. Fuck, man. Free R. Kelly. Free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly. I'm on this free R. Kelly train forever, man. I don't care what nobody say about him. I've been rocking with him. I'm going to keep rocking. I don't care how many L's we take over here. We're going to take a lot of L's on our side. People saying that Trump should pardon him. I don't know if Trump going to pardon him. That's not a guarantee, but we can't campaign for Trump to pardon him. And the reason why if he's going to get a pardon, it's going to have to be done behind the scenes. We cannot put on a public display of signing petitions trying to get Trump to pardon him. I'm telling you why. Because it's a controversial case. And I don't think he's going to do it if it's a lot of people saying, hey, free R. Kelly, pardon R. Kelly. People got to go behind the scenes and do that shit. So, hopefully there's something being done behind the scenes. And Trump is going to require a fee to pardon him, y'all. Because Trump charged a lot of people, from what I'm told, about $1 million for a pardon. On the way out the door, he might pardon R. Kelly if R. Kelly give him $1.5 million. But he's not going to get pardoned based on no petition. He's going to get pardoned if he ponies up the cash. And he could come up with $1 million. R. Kelly could come up with $1 million to get pardoned. See, R. Kelly never bashed Trump. That's one good thing about him. He has kept his mouth shut on politics. He just did music and stayed out of the way. I don't know if Diddy going to get pardoned, because remember, Diddy did a whole campaign against Trump, talking about Trump need to be banished and all of that. So Diddy might not even get pardoned. He might not get pardoned. But R. Kelly could get pardoned on the low if he come up with probably $1.5 million, just like other folks had to. I'm getting this from a reliable source too. It costs $1.5 million on the low to Trump's people to get a pardon. So if you come up with $1.5 million, he'll get pardoned in about 3 years when Trump leave office. And Trump might do it too, just as a fuck you to the people. He might do that. He might say, let me go and take this way. But Trump been collecting funds, because remember, he had to pay $500 million to that lady that said that he raped her in the 80s. Remember, Trump had to pay like $500 million to that lady. So he gonna be pardoning people, but it's gonna cost some money. The price might even go up. He might say, R. Kelly, you gotta give me $10 million. I'll give you a pardon. So he could get $10 million. R. Kelly can get $10 million. But he'll get a pardon if he pay Trump. So that's our options, y'all. If Diddy beat the RICO case, then we could see how we could use that to help R. Kelly. The second thing is if that herpes law in New York is overturned, we got to get that herpes law overturned. That could be something we could petition. We could petition to get that herpes law, that STD law from 1950 in New York that they used to convict R. Kelly. We could petition to get that overturned. Because if that get overturned, all them cases got to get tossed out. So that's the second option. And the third option is his people got to pay Trump a couple million for that pardon. But Trump not going to pardon him till the end of his term. So he might have to sit for the 4 years, which will bring him to 10 years total in jail, because he already been in there 6. So that bring him to 10 years in jail. And so those are the options. Get the law repealed, wait on see what happens with Puff's case, or pay Trump millions of dollars to get a pardon. That's it. That's all we got. Anyway, free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly. God bless him. And fuck anybody who don't like him. Fuck Drea Kelly. Fuck these dirty hoes that fuck this man life up for no goddamn reason. But he got out of it, though. He got out of it. Trump will pardon him for the right price. But it's not going to be out the kindness of his heart. So a lot of y'all thinking that Trump was just going to wake up and pardon R. Kelly out the kindness of his heart. It's not going to happen. soon as that money get in Trump bank account, R. Kelly will walk out of jail. That's how this shit gonna work. So he'll get that money up. He'll get that money up. Man, this whole case has cost him so much money, huh? This case has cost him so much fucking money, man. But he can get it back. He R. Kelly, he can get it back. He got out of jail, he lay low for a while, let the shit blow over. He could write for people, ghost write for people, and he could go overseas and perform the hits. He could get it back up. He could get it back up. I'm so glad he was never political. I'm so glad R. Kelly never came out here and bashed Trump. I'm so glad he never came out here and said nothing about Democrat or Republican. Stay out of that shit. As a celebrity, you need to stay out of that shit, because you never know when you might need a Republican or a Democrat. Diddy was political. So he ain't gonna get no pardon from Trump. He might get a pardon from a Democratic president, but it ain't gonna be Trump. Well, all right then, y'all. Have a good day. God bless R. Kelly. Free R. Kelly.